Did you know that your lack of hip mobility is keeping you from being the tennis player you want to be? Well, in today's lesson, I'm going to show you 3 powerful corrective exercises that are going to make a huge difference when you step back on the court. Because when you get on the court, you're going to be able to move more explosively side to side. You're going to be able to explode going forward towards the net. You're going to hit with more power because you've practiced opening up your hips. Let's get to this lesson right now where I show you those 3 exercises. Okay, the first exercise is called hip dislocations. This one is a great one. I learned from Greg Rose, who's one of my mentors. He runs the Titleist Performance Institute in golf. He's developed an entire training certification for coaches and medical professionals and doctors, as well as physical therapists and trainers. He's developed this system that can help make this body tennis connection. So I want to give him credit for this exercise. It's called hip dislocations. What you're going to do is you're going to get in this sitting position like this. You're in a V formation. Your legs are straight. Your feet are up. Your toes are up like this. You can put your hands behind your back. What you're going to practice doing is you want to be extending your legs. Pretend like you're extending your legs out of your hip joints. So this is really important. And so when you do this, when you extend out, then you're going to practice rotating your leg like this. So you want to rotate your leg as far as you can. Now, a lot of you out there aren't going to be able to move the hip that much. That's a sign that you're limited in your hip socket, that you're not able to get that movement that you want. And if you get tight in that area, you're setting yourself up for challenges. And I don't want that for you. I want you to have open hips that glide and move. Now, if you have any pain with this exercise, you must immediately stop. Again, I'll be clear, I'm not a doctor, but I have studied with some of the best, and they have taught me that these types of exercises where you get the hip joint moving and flowing, look, you can even move your feet together like this. Keep extending the legs out of the hip sockets and get as tall as you can with your upper body. You're gonna open up your hips if you start to practice this. If you can't move very far, just do the little micro movements and keep trying to extend and keep trying to rotate as much as you can. Again, no pain allowed, okay? No pain allowed. All right, so that's exercise number 1, hip dislocations. Exercise number 2 that's gonna help you with your hip mobility is the V ISO sit and reach. Now, V obviously stands for being in this V position. The ISO stands for isometric. Isometric means to hold a position. And you're going to contract in this position. So you're simply going to put your hands behind your back like this. Your legs are straight, your toes are pulled up, and you're going to push into the ground for a count of 3 and contract your quads. 1, 2, 3. You should feel a lift with your glutes lifting off the ground a little bit. Okay, nice and tall. You're going to hold for 3. Then you're going to relax. And then this is where the reach comes in. You're going to reach forward. Now avoid rounding your back. You want to stay real tall. So if you can only get to here, that's fine. Then you're going to put your hands back again. You're going to contract for a count of 3 down into the ground. And then you're going to reach forward slightly like this. This is going to help you develop strength in your hamstrings, in the back of your legs, but it's also going to help you increase range of motion. And you're going to be able to do this in a smart way because you're developing strength and flexibility at the same time. That's what that iso contraction does. It's a great drill, again, to open up the groins, the inner thighs here, and to build strength in this area as you practice. So I love that drill, and it's going to help you with your lateral movement and your explosion on the court. Exercise number 3 is called kneeling adductor pulse. So what you're going to do here is you're going to get on your knees. You're going to extend one leg out to the side like this, and you're going to turn your foot in this direction so the edge of your shoe is on the ground, so your heel is facing this way. Now from here, I want you to sit back towards this heel, the back foot here, sit back like this, and then start to walk your hands forward until you feel a stretch, okay? And you're going to feel a stretch in your hip here, and you should feel a stretch in your adductor of the straight leg. So then you're just moving forward like this. You're rocking forward, kneeling adductor pulse, adding the rock here. Now, when you're in these positions, you can start to adjust your foot position and again, rotate your legs so you're getting that hip to move at that hip socket area. No pain allowed. You can get even out here like this and you can practice rotating. So imagine you do this exercise while you're watching TV or Netflix or studying tennis videos, and you start doing this consistently. It's going to really help you on the court with your movement. Again, this is overlooked. The hips are overlooked. People's hips just get tighter and tighter and more locked up. If you add these 3 exercises, it's going to help you lubricate that joint, get things moving. Because as we age, we need to train like we're in our 50s so that we can feel like we're in our 20s. I'm going to give you a bonus exercise. How does that sound? Would you like that? I want to give you another bonus hip corrective exercise that I absolutely love, and it's going to create that range of motion in your hips so that you can move better and be more explosive on the court. So let's get to that bonus exercise right now. Here's your bonus exercise, and you're going to love this one with the extra little twist that I add on the end, so make sure you stick around for that. We're going to do simple hip circles. So you're going to work on your balance, your standing leg balance. You're going to lift this leg, so the leg should be at a 90-degree angle, lower leg and upper leg at a 90-degree angle. You're going to lift the leg, and you're simply going to just open the gate here, okay? And then you're going to just pick it up, and you're going to circle around. Got to work on my balance. My balance on this leg is not as good as the other leg. But you might feel some little cracks or little, I shouldn't say cracks, that sounds terrible, but you're gonna feel the joint moving, you know, little pops and clicks. And again, if there's no pain, you should be okay with this. Like, I'm not a doctor, I'm gonna say that again, but if you don't have any pain, make these movements. If you have to make a small movement like this, that's what you do. But you're gonna keep practicing extending the range of motion when you do the hip circles. Now, you can also go back in this direction, almost like you're going over an imaginary hurdle. We've got to get these hips to open up. We're not paying enough attention to this part of the body. We're focusing on our shoulders and our spine and maybe our knees and our elbows, not enough attention on the hips. If you can open up the hips, it's going to take pressure off the spine and the knees. And a lot of players are struggling with back pain and knee pain. It's actually coming from the hips, the joint in between. This is your power center right here that you want to be developing. Now let me add an extra twist here. When you do this exercise, watch this rotation that I do here. So it's hip circles with a rotation. I'm actually going to rotate my foot out like that. And then when I come back, I'm going to also rotate it out. So you're extending that range of motion. I'll show that to you again. So I lift up and then I rotate my foot out and around, and then I come back. Lost my balance there. It's not easy. You can hold on to something. I could use a prop right now. So you're going to rotate out and around, rotate out and around. So you get the idea. I want you to practice that exercise consistently at home and even when you get back on the court. I hope you got a lot of value out of today's lesson, and if you enjoyed it, I want to help you take the next step. The next step is clicking the link below or somewhere in this video, because I'm going to give you access to a free membership area. We've got 21 bonus lessons that you can have access to, covering all aspects of tennis training: the serve, the forehand, the backhand, footwork, mental skills, injury prevention, and you don't even have to put a credit card in. There's no strings attached. It's absolutely free, and you can access this content into our amazing Tennis Evolution app. So go ahead and click the link below or somewhere in this video, and I look forward to helping you take your tennis to the next level.